Maths Nation. Dear students, if you have not subscribed Maths Nation, kindly subscribe it now and press the bell icon to get the notification of the upcoming videos. Students, now your exam is over and you have promoted to next class, but the and your new sessions, new class will start soon, but the situation is not changed. We are suffering with the second wave of corona. COVID situation is grooming in our country. Then we have to also, now we have to also depends upon the online classes. I think our channel will help you. Please students, you follow my classes regularly. I promise you to complete your syllabus and would like to solve all your queries which you may kindly drop in my comment box. I try my best to help you students. Now let us start with the first chapter of class 8, new session, number systems. What do you mean by number systems? Please say me students, what is real number? What is real number? What is number systems? What is natural number? The number systems. The first chapter, the real number or number systems. First chapter, real number. Let us start with the first chapter of class 8, real number. Then, now please students say me, what do you mean by natural number? What is natural number? You know from class 6, the counting numbers are called natural numbers. The n is the set of natural number. N is the set of natural numbers. The counting numbers are called natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, all these are natural numbers. Then, what do you mean by integers? Z is the set of integers. Integers are the collection of -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the set of integers. Then W is the set of whole numbers. It contains the natural number including 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, all these are set of whole numbers. This is natural number, this is integer set, this is whole number. Now let us discuss about what is rational number. Rational number is the P by Q form of the x equal to P by Q, where P and Q are the integers. P and Q are the integers and Q is not equal to 0. Q is not equal to 0. This is set of rational numbers. Then now let us discuss about the what is real number. Natural number is also real number. Integer is also a real number. Now let us discuss about the, look at here. N is the subset of W. Means all natural numbers are whole numbers, because natural number are the set of counting numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, all these are natural numbers. Whole number is also contains natural number including 0. Whole number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now think about the Z, set of integers. Set of integers means it includes all natural number, all whole numbers. Then minus, -4, -3, -2, -1, -5, all these. Means the integer set is from -infinity to including 0 to +infinity. This is the set of integers. Then next, the set of rational number. Q is the set of rational number in which x is such that x is equal to P by Q, where P and Q are the integers and Q is not equal to 0. This is set of rational number. Here this means all natural numbers are whole numbers, all whole numbers are integers, all integers are rational numbers, then all rational numbers are real numbers. Real numbers are those numbers which can exist. This may be rational number, this may be integer, this may be whole number, this may be natural number. Suppose we get square root of -1. Is it possible? Square of any number is negative. Is it possible? No. This is, then we get the imaginary number. This is not real number. Then we get the imaginary number I. This is not real number. Then all other numbers are real numbers. Then the rational numbers are how many types? When you convert the numbers, suppose rational numbers are of how many types? Terminating rational numbers. Terminating rational numbers means terminating rational number. The when x equal to p by q, where q is not equal to 0, and q is, when you factorize the denominator and we get the q is the only multiple of 2 and 5, then in this case we get terminating rational number. Suppose 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2, when you convert it into decimal number, then you get this is 0.5. Suppose 1 upon 20. Then when you convert it into decimal number, then multiply with 5, this is 5 upon 100, then this is 0.05. This is also a terminating rational number, because when you factorize 20, 20 is the multiple of only 2 and 5. Suppose I take 1 upon 15. Is this a terminating rational numbers? Let us discuss. When you 15 is factorized, then you get 3 and 5. Then it is not a terminating rational number. Let us find out the decimal form of 1 upon 15. When 1 is divided with 15, you cannot divide, then put decimals, then 0. Then also you do not get, because 15 is greater than 10, then put another 0, then put another 0 here. 15 6 are 90. Then this is 10, 0, 15 6 are 90. In this way, this is repeating non-terminating rational numbers, means 1 upon 15 is written as 0.666. Otherwise, you can write it 0.6 bar. Means 6 is repeated infinitely. Infinitely 6 is repeated. This is called non-terminating rational number. Then because, look at here the denominator is 15. If you factorize the denominator, you get 3 and 5. When you factorize the denominator and you get, this is the denominator is only the multiple of 2 and 5, then can only we get the rational number, which is a terminating rational numbers. Means when we convert it into decimal form, we get a terminating form. Means suppose 1 upon 25. Is this a terminating or non-terminating? This is 25 is the denominator. When you factorize 25, you get, this is 5 into 5. Then it is a terminating. When you convert 1 upon 25, look at here. This is 1, then put 0 and put 0 point decimal. Then here also you cannot divide, because 25 is greater than 10. Then put another 0, then put another 0 here. Then this is 25 4 100. Then this is the terminating, because 1 upon 25 is, when you convert it into decimals, this is 0.04. Please students, follow our beautiful channel regularly and share our channel with your friends. I promise you to complete your syllabus, and this year in the new sessions, the content will be of different level. Then after completing the chapter, we will discuss your worksheet, your problems, and all board level questions and Olympiad level questions. And if the lesson is relevant to the IIT JEE, then also we discuss the questions relevant to IIT JEE levels. Please students follow the classes regularly and share the channel with your near and dear friends. Then the repeating, this is terminating. Then next is the repeating. Suppose you have given 2 upon 3. Convert it into decimals. Is this a terminating? No, because here the denominator is 3. 3 is not the multiple of 2 and 5. Then when you convert it into decimals, let us find out. When you convert it to 20 divided 3, 0 point. Then 3 6 ja 18. Then here 2, another 0, then 3 6 ja 18. In this way it is continuing, and again you get this is 0.666. Then this can be written as 0.6 bar. Then this is a recurring decimal numbers. Then repeating decimal numbers. Now let us discuss the another notation of repeating decimal numbers. Then suppose this is here is given 7 upon 15. 7 upon 15. Here the denominator is 15. Is 15 is only multiple of 2 or 5? No. When you factorize 15s, you get this is multiple of 3 and 5. This means 7 upon 15 is not a terminating, will not be a terminating decimal number, terminating rational numbers. When you convert 7 upon 15 into decimals, look at here, put 7 and 15s, then 0 point, put here 0, 15 4 ja 60, then here you get 100, 15 6 ja 90, then 10 0, 15 6 ja. In this way you get 7 upon 15 is 0.46666, and this can be written as 0.46 bar. Then which is repeating, we put the bar upon this. We put the bar upon this which is repeating. Means look at here, here the 6 is repeating, then you put the bar. Suppose you write, look at, keep it here and discuss. Keep it here. Now let us discuss. Suppose 7 upon 15. 7 upon 15 is given, and when you convert it into decimal, you get this is 0.4666. 6 is repeated indefinitely, means infinitely. Then this can be written as 0.46. Which is repeating here? Only 6 is repeating, not 4 is repeating. Then you put bar upon only upon 6. Then if you write, this is not correct if you write this in this way. This is wrong representations of 7 upon 5. Okay. This can be represents only in this form because only 6 is repeating here. Then you write 7 upon 15 is 0.46 bar. Bar only put the bar upon 6 because 6 is only repeating here. Okay. Then now let us discuss some more examples. I have already told you students, please do your exercise, do your worksheets and ask me your doubt. I am ever ready to clear your all doubts. Please, our maths is nothing only knowing theory. It always needs more and more practice. If you have time, you practice your textbook, then you may follow R.D. Sharma, R.S. Agrawal, any book. Okay? And you ask me your doubt. I am ever ready to clear your all doubts. Please put your doubt in the comment box. Okay? Then next thing. What is? This is terminating. Then next is non-terminating, repeating. Now let us discuss about the properties of the natural number, integers, whole numbers and rational numbers, etc. Let us think about the properties of natural number. Then natural number is the number which is the counting number. You know all these are natural numbers. Let us discuss about the properties. Closure property. Closure property. Let us think about the closure property. What is closure property? What is closure property, students? Suppose x belongs to n. Suppose x belongs to n and y belongs to n. Means x and y both are natural numbers. When x plus y belongs to n, means this is closure property. Here we say addition of natural numbers satisfies closure property. Is n set, natural number set, satisfies closure property? Yes, because each number belongs to the set n. When you add both these numbers, when you add 1 plus 2, you get the number 3. Yes, 3 is also present in this set. Suppose 3 and 4 are two natural numbers, then 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Yes, 7 is also belongs to the natural number set. This means addition of natural numbers satisfies closure property. At first the keep it here. Keep it here. Now let us discuss. First property 1. Addition of, please students note down the important things. Addition of natural number satisfies closure property. Satisfies closure property. Okay? Closure property. Then next. What is commutative property? Please students say, what is commutative property? Please recall the commutative property you have already studied in class 7. What is commutative property? Suppose A belongs to n and B belongs to n, and A plus B is equal to B plus A. If this property satisfies, then we say that the set of natural number, addition in natural number satisfies the closure property. Is it possible? Yes. Yes. Addition of natural number satisfies commutative property. 2 and 3 belongs to the natural number. 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. This means the addition of natural number satisfies the closure property. Then addition of natural number satisfies the commutative property. Now let us discuss about the associative property. What do you mean by associative property? Associative property means, what is associative property? Please students recall the associative property. You have already studied in class 7. What is associative property? Associative property means A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Yes, the addition of natural number satisfies the associative property. Suppose you have taken 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is equal to 2. 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 9. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. Then here, look at here. 2 plus 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Yes, LHS is equal to RHS. This means addition of natural number satisfies the associative property. Addition of natural number satisfies the associative property. This means associative property means A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay. Now let us discuss about some more properties. At first we discussed about closure property, first closure property, then next commutative property, then associative property. Now let us discuss about identity property. What do you mean by property 4 identity property? Identity property. Identity property. What is identity property? This means the 5 plus 0 is equal to 5. For any natural number present in the set of natural numbers, when you add 0 with this, we get the same numbers. Suppose 3 plus 0 is equal to 3. This means 0 is the additive identity. 0 is the additive identity. Is the additive identity. Identity. Then next, inverse property. Then next, inverse property. Inverse property. Inverse property means 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. This means for every 5 belongs to the natural number set of n, there must we get a minus 5, where 5 plus minus 5 is equal to 0. This is inverse property. Addition of natural numbers also satisfies the inverse property. Identity property, closure property, associative property, commutative property, identity property, and inverse property. Okay. Now let us discuss about the properties for whole number. The whole number also satisfies the addition in whole number set, also satisfies the closure property, also satisfies the associative property, also satisfies the commutative property. It also satisfies the identity property, also satisfies the inverse property. Now let us discuss about the table is given. Please students note down the table, which is very important for you. Please students draw the table. The table shows that the property additive, the set satisfied. This properties, given properties and the sets which satisfies. First property, additive property. At first discussed about additive property. First discussed about additive property. Additive property. Okay. Additive property. The sets are given here. The sets are given here. Set n, set of natural number, then set of whole number, then set of integers, then set of rational number, then set of real numbers. Then additive, closure property. Additive property, closure property. Closure property. At first we note down the properties, then we discussed about this. Closure property, then next commutative property. Please students note down commutative property. Closure property, then commutative property. Then next associative property. Associative property. You know what is associative property, you know what is commutative and also closure property. Then fourth property is identity property. Existence of identity. Identity property. Then next inverse property. Existence of inverse. Then next inverse property. Inverse property. Then this is additive property. Next same with multiplicative property. Next same with multiplicative property. Multiplicative property. I have already told you in these sessions the video will be of another level. We will discuss deep in the theory with board level, then next Olympiad level, then next relevant questions of JEE Mains. Or then look at here. Multiplicative property. Multiplicative property is the same. Closure property for multiplicative the same closure property, closure property, property, then commutative property, commutative property, please note down. Then next associative property, associative property, then identity property, existence of identity, identity property, then existence of inverse property, inverse property. Okay, then think about set of natural numbers, think about set of natural numbers. Additive addition satisfies the closure property, yes. In case of whole number, yes, addition satisfies the closure property. In case of integers, yes. In case of rational number, yes. In case of real number, yes. Then next, the closure property is satisfies for natural number, satisfies for whole number, satisfies for integer, satisfies for rational number, satisfies for rational real numbers. Then next, the associative property is also satisfies for natural number, for whole number, for integers, then for rational number, then for real number. The existence of identity, the existence of identity, the identity, the 0 is the additive identity which doesn't belongs to the natural numbers. This means the addition of additive property in natural numbers doesn't satisfy the identity property. Whole numbers, set of whole numbers satisfies the identity property because the 0 is the additive identity which belongs to the set of whole number set. Yes, it satisfies the identity property. The integer set also satisfies the identity property. The rational number also satisfies the identity property, and the real number also satisfies the identity property. Next, think about inverse property. Inverse property means for any natural number, suppose 3, then the inverse of additive inverse of 3 is minus 3. Is minus 3 belongs to the set of natural number? Is minus 3 belongs to n? Is minus 3 belongs to n? No. This means the set of natural numbers doesn't satisfy the additive inverse property. Yes, let us consider the whole number set. Is when you add the minus 5 is the additive inverse of 5. Then when you do plus 5 minus 5, you get 0. Is minus 5 belongs to the whole number set? No, means the inverse property, the set of whole number doesn't satisfy additive inverse property. The integer satisfies because when 5 belongs to z, there exists a inverse of 5 minus 5 which also belongs to the set of integers minus 5. Then let us consider about the rational numbers. For each when 1 upon 5, suppose 2 upon 5 is a rational number. For each 2 upon 5 any rational number, there must exist minus a by b minus p by q which also belongs to the rational number set, for which this means this is inverse property. The inverse additive inverse of p by q is minus p by q. When p by q belongs to q means minus p by q also belongs to q. This means if p by q belongs to the rational number set, then minus p by q also belongs to the rational number set. This means the rational number set satisfies the inverse property. The real number set also satisfies the inverse property. Let us discuss about the multiplicative inverse, multiplicative property of closure property. If when 2 belongs to the natural number, 3 belongs to the natural number, 2 belongs to n and 3 belongs to n, then 2 into 3, 6, 6 also belongs to n. This means the set of natural number satisfies the multiplicative closure property. Set of whole number also satisfies multiplicative closure property. Set of integer also satisfies, set of rational number also satisfies, set of real number also satisfies the multiplicative closure property. If this set satisfies the commutative multiplicative commutative property, yes, 1 into 5 or 2 into 5 is always equal to 5 into 2. This means when 2 into 5 belongs to the natural number, 5 into 2 which equal to 10 also belongs to the set of natural number n. This means the set of natural number n set also satisfies the multiplicative commutative property. Set of whole numbers also satisfies the multiplicative commutative property. Then set of integer also satisfies, set of rational number also satisfies, set of real number also satisfies. Now let us discuss about the associative property of multiplications. If the set of natural number satisfies, yes, the set of natural number satisfies the associative property, because when 2 into 3 into 5 is also equal to 2 into 3 into 5. Okay, this means set of natural number satisfies multiplicative associative property. Set of whole number also satisfies the multiplicative associative property. Set of integer also satisfies, set of rational number also satisfies multiplicative associative property. Set of real number also satisfies multiplicative associative property. Now think about identity property. 1 is the multiplicative identity. When 5 belongs to n, then 1 belongs to n, such that 5 into 1 is equal to 5. This means set of natural number satisfies the identity property. Set of whole number also satisfies the multiplicative identity property. Set of integer also satisfies, set of rational number also satisfies, set of real number also satisfies. Now let us think about the inverse property. Suppose 1 upon 5 is the multiplicative inverse of 5. Means suppose 5 belongs to n. 1 upon 5 is the multiplicative inverse of 5. Then 1 upon 5 dozens belongs to n. This means set of natural number doesn't satisfies multiplicative inverse property. In the same way, set of whole number also doesn't satisfy multiplicative inverse property. In the same way, set of integers also, suppose minus 5, multiplicative inverse of minus 5 is 1 upon 5. 1 upon 5 doesn't belongs to set of z. This means the set of integers also doesn't satisfy multiplicative inverse property. Then set of rational number satisfies, set of rational number satisfies, set of real number also satisfies the multiplicative inverse properties. Okay. Then now let us discuss about some examples based in this property. Keep this properties, this table here. Keep this table here. Now let us discuss about the variety of examples. Now let us discuss the, keep the table here. Now let us discuss the variety of examples. Discussed about the additive closure property of set of natural numbers. 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. 7 also belongs to n. 5 plus 1 which equal to 6. 6 also belongs to the whole number. In the same way, if 5 and plus 1 upon 5 which belongs to z, 5 plus 1 upon 5 we get 5 whole 1 upon 5. This is also belongs to z. This means the closure additive closure property satisfies the natural number, set of natural number, set of whole number, set of integers, set of rational number and set of real numbers. Let us think about the associative property. 5 plus 2 plus 3 which is equal to 5 plus 2 plus 3. Look at the LHS. 5 plus 7 is 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Here 5 plus 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. This also belongs to the set of natural number n. This also belongs to W. This means additive associative property also satisfied in n set, W set, Z set, Q set and R set. Now let us think about the identity property. The 0 is the additive identity where 0 is not belongs to n. This means the set of natural number doesn't satisfy the additive identity property. But 0 belongs to W, 0 also belongs to Z, also belongs to Q, also belongs to R. This means set of whole number, set of integers, set of rational number, set of real number all satisfies additive identity property, but the set of natural number doesn't satisfy the additive identity property. Now think about the inverse property. For 5, minus 5 is the additive inverse, where 5 into minus 5 is equal to 0. 5 is the additive inverse of 5. Minus 5 doesn't belongs to set of natural number, doesn't belongs to set of whole number. This means the set of natural number and set of whole number doesn't satisfy the additive inverse property. But it minus 5 belongs to Z, it also belongs to Q, it also belongs to R. This means additive inverse property also satisfies by the set in the set of natural number, in the set doesn't satisfy in the set of natural number and in the set of whole number, but satisfies in the set of rational number, integers and real numbers. Now let us discuss about the multiplicative properties. Multiplicative closure property. Multiplicative closure property means suppose 2 belongs to n and 3 belongs to n. Then 2 into 3 is equal to 6. 6 also belongs to n. This means the multiplication satisfies the closure property in set of natural number, in the set of whole number, in the set of integers, in the set of rational number and in the set of real numbers. This means multiplicative closure property satisfies in n set, satisfies in W set, satisfies in Z set, also satisfies in Q set and also satisfies in R set. Now let us discuss about multiplicative commutative property. Suppose 2 into 3 is equal to 3 into 2. This means multiplicative commutative property also satisfies in natural number, set of natural number, in set of whole number, in set of integers, in set of rational number and in set of real number. Now think about the multiplicative associative property. Multiplicative associative property means 2 into 3 into 5 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5. 2 into 3 into 5 is 15 into 2 is 30. Here 2 into 3 is 6 into 5 is 30. Here LHS is equal to RHS. This means the multiplicative associative property is satisfies in set of natural number, in set of whole number, in set of integers, in set of rational number and in set of real numbers. Now let us think about the identity, multiplicative identity. 1 is the multiplicative identity. 1 into 2 is equal to 2. A into 1 is equal to A. 1 is the multiplicative identity which also belongs to n. Means the multiplicative identity property is satisfied in natural number, in whole number, in integers and in rational number and in real numbers. Now let us think about the multiplicative inverse. 1 upon A is the multiplicative inverse of A. Suppose if A belongs to n, but 1 upon a doesn't belongs to n. This means the multiplicative inverse property doesn't satisfy in set of natural number, doesn't satisfy in whole number, but doesn't satisfy in integers, because minus 5 belongs to z. Minus 1 upon 5 is the multiplicative inverse of minus 5, but minus 1 upon 5 is not belongs to z. This means set of integers also doesn't satisfy the multiplicative inverse property, but set of rational numbers satisfies, and set of real numbers also satisfies the multiplicative inverse property. Students, today this much. In my next sessions we will continue with this. Till then, happy learning and share our beautiful